COVID-19 has forced us to adapt to new ways of living, including the way we holiday. Our reporters are on epic road trips exploring things to do while complying with the new restrictions. Jason Tatia is driving through the Wild Coast, while Nobile Magala is traveling through the Eastern Free State. I'm joined now live by Justin Ford, who is at the Addo Dung Beetle Guest Farm in the heart of the Sundays River Valley in the Eastern Cape. Good morning, Justin. Look, I'm not even going to pretend like I'm not hugely jealous of you right now. You seem to be having the time of your life. How's the road trip going?
Good morning, Nandi. I mean, really, what a way to wake up, opening one's door, and all you are seeing is just mountains, mountains, mountains. And I'm going to ask Zay just to kind of show you. I've been told that those are the zebra mountains, just lush green views for days. And I think, you know, yes, we have spoken about the fact that the beaches have been closed in various districts in this particular region. But the tourism community is saying, you know what, there's more than just beaches in this particular region. We were treated by the garden route tourism yesterday, and we made our way all the way to the Addo Dung Beetle Guest Farm, where Rod van Heerden joins me. And, you know, we just so serene, so quiet, and I think that's a very big part of actually going away and going on a road trip, because that's ultimately what we need. We need to recharge, just hear the sounds of the insects and the animals roaming in their natural habitat. But I think best to speak to Rod about just changes that they've had to make in terms of the President's address. In this week, the address was made, certain beaches were closed, additional restrictions were placed, and so forth. Rod, in terms of your establishment and the national parks around us, sort of what changes have you guys had to make in order to adapt to what the President had to say?
Morning, viewers. Morning, Justin. Well, as you can see, beautiful morning we have. So, a lot of changes. So, a lot of new things coming along. Obviously, your sanitizers, your masks, your social distancing and whatsoever. But the difficult thing was for being us as hospitality guys. You know, we always, welcoming and shaking a hand, whatsoever. So now we have to do an air high five or ankle kick or whatsoever, and just make sure you don't, lose your balance. But with what we have in the area, and as you stated correctly, with the beautiful Zeeburg Mountains and the beaches and stuff, we've got mountainous areas for hiking, for mountain biking. We've got national parks, private parks. We've got guest farm facilities that the guys can come and stay with us. So the normal high sense of hospitality will still be there, but dampened down to a bit, but we are longing for people to come and stay with us. So the normal things, the protocols will be looked after, because it's about your life, your children's lives, my life and that of my staff. So we all had to do this thing, and we had to put in protocols in place to be abiding to what the system has allowed us to do. So as of, the closest meeting, or what the President has told us, very, very shortly, we had to adapt by a drop of a coin. And the fact that the beaches were now closed, the poor guys down the road. So I'm not sure if many lakes will be now occupied, or dams and stuff like that, but we'll have to make a plan. But as long as we have, and that's our new sense of marketing, local is now lacquer. So we're not getting foreign guests whatsoever. So let's look after our locals. But we must just take that into consideration, that there's so many protocols and stuff. We would love to have you here and still keep you safe.
Talking about local being lacquer, and we've always known that, but I think this is really the time to exemplify that. Are locals coming? We arrived last night and we saw a family around. What are numbers looking like? Are you encouraged potentially by people coming to visit the guest farm?
Most definitely. I mean, it's our bread and butter. We've got agritourism, so the citrus section is totally independent from the guest farm, from our point of view, for example, but many other guys in the area as well. So we've got guys coming in from other places we normally never used to have, because you were always having this beautiful group of foreign guests plus your locals, but you could see the foreign versus the local. And now we are doing multiple specials, multiple rate reductions and stuff like that, to attracting families, and that's what we are picking up now. Families that want to get away because they are tired of sitting in the house. They might have seen the dogs, and the dogs might say, I think the boss has to leave now because I can't go chase the cat today. So needless to say, we're having a lot of new guys coming in, new areas for us. I mean, East London's, Hogsback, those places coming through, guys just wanting to cross the border, and that is fantastic for us to have, because we will always, your foreign clientele coming through, which is, again, what we are going to be missing, but it's now time for us to adapt.
And I mean, the big buzzword is social distancing, and I think no better way in an environment like this, where there is space for days, we can really just spread out, have a bit of fun. What else can people expect when coming here? I mean, from the game park's point of view, what are you offering?
Well, we've got, there's giraffe hikes, there's zip lining within the area, but all these things have to do with the social distancing and with what we are allowed to have on our floors. You know, your capacity 50% whatsoever, because we are now one of these high-risk areas, as stated by the President whatsoever. So those things also have to be adapted. But again, from mountain biking, bush walks, we have here, the guys can do open safari game drives with us to the national park. We can take them for little sundowners up into the mountain whatsoever. So basically, the guests we'll give them a list of things to do outdoors. I mean, some of the open drive vehicles is some of the safest tourism transport vehicles available. So, but with the protocols in place always.
Right, thank you very much. There we go, Nandi. Safety first, but please come and enjoy yourselves out at the various national parks in the region, in the Sarah-Baartman district, so that we can comply, but also enjoy a jolly festive season.
Thank you very much, Justin. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time out at Sunday's River Valley. The weather also looks really good. So that was my colleague Justin Ford out in the Eastern Cape.